Hey guys, before we get started, we wanted to let you know we were guests on our friends' podcast, the Marvel Star Wars Explorers.
Yeah, we were covering some episodes of Young Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones comics. So...
Yeah, they've covered all of the Star Wars comics, so they've moved on to Indiana Jones.
So go check out their podcast, Star Wars Marvel Explorers.
We were actually on separately, so it's the last two episodes. First me and then Ryan. Go listen to us talk about Young Indiana Jones and the Indiana Jones comics. That's the first time I've ever landed it. Welcome to No One Can Know About This, a podcast where we play every Final Fantasy. I'm Jeff Ekman.
And I'm Ryan Kazmiski.
And here we go, Season 7, Episode 63.
We're finally going into the final dungeon.
It's happening.
Yeah, we're not going to beat the game today, but we are going to go into the final dungeon a ways to look for Hades.
Yep. The optional super boss Hades is in here.
Yeah.
And some ultimate weapons that we want to grab.
Yeah, there's some good items, some stuff we want to do that'll help us with Ozma.
So the plan this week is to go all the way through to get all those things and then backtrack for Ozma.
Leave and grind and level up more. It's the most riveting way to end a story, to pause the action.
Most of the way into the finale and then stop it.
Yeah, for
and
another,
go back.
10 or 15 hours or whatever.
But hey, we'd been stopping it enough leading up to this, with all of the auction housing and
well, I'm
crack.
excited to finally see some more story shit. I'm stoked to go over the ending of this.
I think it gets crazier from here.
Just yesterday, we just replayed the ending of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the second time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting an overload of just crazy things going on.
At the end of a Final
Fantasy game. Yeah, I don't really remember what goes down in here, but I remember that it's wild.
It's a memory palace.
Oh, right.
It's called Memoria. Where we left off, we entered this big purple ball above the Aoife tree.
Yeah.
And we found ourselves on this cobblestone bridge leading up to a giant castle. The whole team's here.
We're in a very Dark Souls style walkway. It looks like we're many miles above a giant city below us leading up to some, jumbo castle.
Yeah, this background is pretty insane. I think there is a huge city surrounding us.
We're on a brick walkway with no hand railings that's just kind of thousands of feet up in the air.
What is this meant to be, Memoria? Is it where Terra is touching Gaia?
I don't know. I think they're going to
explain
it. I feel like it's some pocket realm that Kuja's created,
something like that.
After he blew up Terra. It's parts of the history that led us here or something.
It's hard to remember what happens at the end of this game because we played it almost full 2 years ago.
Well, yeah,
now.
and that's what I was getting at by saying Rebirth is we've played other crazy games in between
Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, that have also filled our memory with garbage. So I cannot remember really what goes down in here at all.
Well, this whole show is a Memoria for us.
Yeah,
that we're always wading through.
Yeah,
so,
and this is the next bit of waiting here.
Let's re-enter our Memoria.
Let's see if we can make some coherence out of this
as we enter Memoria,
and maybe glean some secrets about the world of Final Fantasy IX.
What's wrong, Zidane?
Did someone just call my name?
No.
Vivi just did.
That's weird. Maybe you're just hearing things.
I don't think so. You hear that? You guys hear that? I hear nothing.
So Zidane is hearing stuff that nobody else can hear, and I guess whoever's tuning into his brain gets the frequency more correct, and the screen kind of dims down and we get some text on top of it. Classic psychic in Zidane's head dialogue.
Zidane, can you hear me?
Garland.
I am speaking only to you.
Garland, what is this place? And can you... People aren't going to believe me.
A place of memories.
Talk to more people,
please. Yes, your memories brought forth this place. Here you shall witness the entire truth. You have no choice. Now go.
What are you talking about? Damn. Zidane, what's going on?
You all heard me talking, right?
Yeah.
Looks like I was the only one who heard him. I was just talking to Garland. He told me that our memories created this place. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I guess we'll just have to move forward.
At least Zidane just relayed the information he just received.
I mean, Garland could have just talked to everyone. That would have been convenient.
This is all from your memory.
So I guess this is the realm next to ours, where our memories project into physical objects or something like that.
It was sprung forth from our memory.
This is a cool bridge we find ourselves on. Or whatever the fuck this is. A stairway?
Is there a Moogle around here?
Probably.
Oh, cool.
Oh, is the world being
like
built?
As we walk up the path to the big castle, it kind of pans up and we see the top of it, and there's totally like Tetris blocks falling from the sky, like constructing the reality like upwards.
The top of the castle is only partway built, but these pieces are filling in the blanks.
They're being downloaded.
I bet this is a safe.
Oh, they're no longer Moogles though.
The save points around here are colorful orbs.
Which I find wrong. What horrible dimension is this?
This is a fucked up dimension.
Yeah, Memoria has like its own special save points, which is weird because if it's made out of our memories, shouldn't
I
they
remember
be...
Moogles.
The Moogles are balls. You jump into it. That's a weird animation for that.
I guess no one's pulling out a book.
Nobody's
so
writing with a big quill.
When we slept just now, we were in one of those tents that has the pom-pom above it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that does for our theory that the Moogle turns inside out and becomes the tent if there's no Moogle
I
there.
dislike this whole save point thing. It's really fucking with my head in ways that aren't important. They're not important at all, but but why? Why
I
is
also
it like
remembered
this?
a tent.
And you're right. How does the tent work if it's not the Moogle and the Moogle doesn't need to help you with the tent? Anyway, we're in the castle-like hallway. There's like a big stained glass kind of like structure in front of us, and we're, I don't know, in between archways and rooftops. It's very lower Anne Orlando. Alexandria also, I guess, is kind of like that. It's a castle too.
There's a lot of parts of this game that feel like Dark Souls-y places.
The clearest recent reference is Dark Souls. That's
but
the
maybe
easiest thing
Dark
to say.
Souls was referencing this.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all, look, there is time zero is an illusion, but like, you know, we gotta put the reference point somewhere.
One of these guys.
They
love putting this guy in a final dungeon.
We're fighting something called an Iron Man, but it's the enemy that's the big
burly guy with a giant sword in one hand.
He's kind of like a cartoony 2-story tall suit of armor that has like a huge buster sword in one hand.
The thing I always remember is he walks up to you and then punches you with his empty hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, fist. Fucking, I love that move. I love that they keep that for him.
It's pretty awesome.
I love that for him.
And you love that he has fist. They just let him have fist, you know?
So we walk into a room with a big spiral staircase, and there's like a ghost NPC.
You can't see anyone, but when you walk into this corner, an exclamation point pops up, and when you click on it, you're like talking to a ghost.
What? I am the ghost of a card master long departed. Dude, there's a guy, you can play cards with no one in the corner here.
What does that mean?
Check it out.
Master Phantom.
I'm the ghost of a card master long departed.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool.
I'm not sure why not.
Do it. I mean, we're not really doing this anyway, so... Look at all these cards we got.
Yeah, I mean, we've been getting cards for...
Oh, is that the airship from the first...
the original airship.
The NES
I wonder where
airship.
we got that.
I don't even know how many episodes it's been since we last looked at a Tetramaster board.
Yeah, I mean, I decide that I'll play cards with this guy because he seems special, you know, and we haven't done it in a long time.
We have a lot of high-level cards and a number of duplicates.
Well, yeah, and since we've done it especially, like, this is a deck we've never even played with before because we got, like, all the good cards, like hunting treasure and shit, and we haven't used any of them.
It looks like we have more than half of the cards.
Yeah, every time I look at this, I kind of regret not trying to get all the cards because it seems like it wouldn't have been that difficult to do.
Well, look at this final row. We only have one.
I
thing
bet
in
there's
the
some
final row.
shit that we missed, though, that we, like, can't go back and get.
Yeah, almost definitely.
What's the chocobo on the top right? Oh, it's the Oglop. Is that like Sid?
Yeah, I think
In
so.
Oglop form? Fat Chocobo. AMA 3.
I won.
Fuck yeah!
I beat him. Got the Hades card. Not that it really matters, but...
Every achievement is worth something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not nothing. I got the Hades card.
It's just another feather in our cap.
Yeah, seriously.
Just casually almost completing
Awesome.
impossible tasks in Final Fantasy games, just as we do. Just as a matter of course, because at this point we've done a lot of them. At this point, if you can recognize the patterns.
I don't know.
We're on the stairs of time.
I found the tower.
What tower?
I don't know, it's an item.
The tower is an item? Yeah, the tower is an item. I see that right here. There.
Oh.
Oh!
The tower is a new weapon for Zidane that is not as good as the weapon we have for Zidane, so...
Well, if you hadn't gone to the horrible dive spot, then you wouldn't have the
I mean, if we had
ultimate
missed the
weapon, and this
ultimate
would be
weapon,
good.
this might be good, I guess.
What does it teach them?
Nothing. It would just be,
Wait, go back to it and see if pull up the Moogle. It can mini people.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it can mini people, I'll try it out for a while. That might be entertaining.
Yeah, you equip it.
Yeah, I think we're in the area where we search for the hidden weapons. And then the next step after that is going to be upset the 4 Chaos Guardians. Oh, Chaos Guardians like in the original!
That's pretty cool.
In Memoria, exclamation marks will appear over Zidane's head in various corners and niches.
Notice this.
If you press the action button to examine these areas, Zidane will shake his head in confusion. These areas are where you may battle a Cardmaster's ghost. Press the square button to initiate a battle with a ghost. Certain rare cards can only be obtained in this manner. Memoria is populated with monsters so powerful each battle is like a boss fight.
Kinda. They have a lot of statuses.
It's important to use Dagger's scan spell on each new enemy you face.
Oh, shut up.
Pinpointing
What
the
a
enemy's
bunch of
weaknesses and exploiting them is tantamount to survival in this surrealistic layer.
I don't know why I'm being so defiant about that, because the fights in here are really pretty difficult, and it would be nice to know the weaknesses.
There are hidden save points.
Really? Go in every corner.
It says, as you search along the right wall, you'll slip into a hidden niche where you'll find a new weapon for Freya. Did you find that?
No.
That was like really early on. And then you'll find the tower. You can probably find it on the way back when we hike out of here. You stole the dragon wrist from that dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had stolen again, you might have gotten some grand armor.
No.
Whoa. So that was called the Nova Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
You could have used a tent on the Nova Dragon, which could cause it to go blind.
What? Oh, like you put it on its head?
I think.
Weird.
You know what's great about that is it has this really pointy long nose, so you can kind of imagine that it would like fit right on there.
Of course.
Are you going back for the Freya weapon? I think it's like right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kane's Lance.
All the way back at the start, pretty much, I find this weapon you were telling me about.
Yeah, it's called Kane's Lance, which is a reference to Kane, the Dragoon from FF4.
I mean, we probably won't even use it ever, but
No, but like, if we could get ultimate weapons.
yeah, we never managed to do that. You know, it'd just be satisfying.
The fact that we blew it so hard in FF8,
well, that wasn't that.
I'm not blaming ourselves exactly.
I mean, that was totally our fault, but
But at the same
even
time,
so, what a shitty way to get an ultimate weapon.
and I'm more mad that they never gave us a screw naturally than I am that we blew up our possibility of getting the ultimate weapon.
But Jeff, if you're not getting the screw, that should make you wonder how to get it and try, you know?
Dude,
I know, I
I want to upgrade a weapon.
Oh, this
it
is
doesn't.
one of the
There isn't
Chaos
even a fucking.
Guardians.
Yeah. Okay. This is one of the boss fights. This is happening.
So walking around, I get into a fight with one of the Chaos Guardians. It just begins like any random encounter would. Like the screen, But this one says, like, Baha, I am a Chaos Guardian.
It's like a red and blue snake monster with 6 arms that all hold scimitars.
Yeah, we ran into her. These Chaos Guardians are all going to be the monsters from the temples. A couple
The
of
shrines.
the shrines.
Which we didn't see all of those
We didn't
boss
even
fights.
see all of those monsters.
But now we are. Like,
But we're
this is
gonna
an
fight 'em all
evolved form
now.
of that.
Those boss fights have been shifted to here. We were complaining about how we didn't get them.
This one's called Malaris.
It just happened randomly.
Yeah, they actually, I just read that. It attacks without warning. Vivi's ultimate weapon's still ahead. We got the Excalibur, which is pretty awesome. That was surprisingly easy and not difficult. Both of those things to go do the auction house.
Yeah, see, I thought that would take forever. It sounded so tedious, but it really was not that bad at all.
We got it. We already had Freya's ultimate weapon.
Oh, okay.
In the background, Haley's taking some sips from the toilet. A classic move. This is the last one of the season.
The last toilet drink. Savor it.
We've got Kina's ultimate weapon.
We have daggers.
Aiko's is also up ahead. And so is Amrat's.
Well, I guess she didn't like the toilet water taste this day because she went and actually got her regular water from her water bowl.
Maybe she's just like trying all of them, making the rounds.
How's this fight going?
Easy. I mean, we're so leveled for this place. We're
Is it peasy?
easy peasy. He's reflected, so I just can't catch him.
He's got a lot of swords. I don't know how he missed. I mean, a snake with 6 arms, all of which hold swords, pretty scary.
That's pretty good.
Coming at you. Instead of like a viper bite, it's like a flurry of blades. Yeah, we're in the Castle of Dreams, a place created entirely from Zidane and the party's deepest fears and their long-forgotten pasts.
Well, what is this then? Like this snake with swords?
Some of their deepest fears.
Or their long forgotten
Or their
past?
long-forgotten pasts.
They gotta make a prequel. It's over.
They gotta make a
Take
prequel.
this.
Final Fantasy
Raise
9
swords.
reunion.
Pre-union.
Pre-union. Man, people should do
Just like in the first
pre-unions.
game, they have a fuck you move when they die.
There should be a pre-union.
A friend's pre-union.
I don't know how you could do that, but
A show about
Well, I'm-
each of them before any of them really met.
I'm imagining like a mixer and party for like elementary school kids who are eventually gonna graduate high school together.
So it's just like any other party, but with the context of like you should all really.
Well, no, it's like a reunion, but it's happening on the other side of it. It's happening at the beginning,
Right.
Before you all get together. It's a pre-union.
It's an icebreaker.
So
you have to change.
Well, no,
the
it has to
context.
happen like
You have to
10 or
tell
20
them-
years before you graduate high school. Well, it can't happen 20 years, but 10 years before you graduate high school, you go to your 10-year pre-union with all the people who you're gonna wind up graduating high school with. And then you go to high school and you have your whole high school experience. And then 10 years after that, wait, there's a ultimate weapon in here, I think.
Isn't this just what every party is? Like
No, it
let's
has to
say a
happen
party-
before you know the people.
Yeah, but the
It has to
party
happen
where you
10
first
years
meet
before you're gonna
everyone.
meet.
So, like, the first birthday party you go to as a kid in elementary school is like the pre-union.
No. You have to find out where everybody's going to wind up at high school, which is going to be different places.
You have to have foreknowledge.
I'm not
beforehand.
saying like a preschool
This
through
is like a
12K. I'm
mystical-
saying like you would have to have.
This is like a mystical experience where a sage sits you and a group of like 100 people down and is like, you will all graduate high school together.
And then it's
In
true
10
later,
years. and
that way
And you're
can,
looking around and you're like, they don't even go to my
I don't
school.
even know these
I don't know.
people.
Well, I know a lot of them. I know who a lot of them are, but some of them I don't know.
because someday we'll have a reunion, but
Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The world's not ready for time travel.
it may not be possible.
Isn't this Alexandria? What is Alexandria Castle doing here?
So we kind of walk up to this big balcony that's looking out over what looks like a landscape, and it looks like the top of Alexandria Castle is out in front of us.
Really, this is a giant screen.
Well, yeah,
it's gonna
but-
play a movie out. For
I mean, I
us.
guess if Garland said this place is built out of our memories, it's like we're inside of like a holodeck or something.
Yeah.
Like the whole sky turns into like the CG cutscenes of Alexandria
Yeah.
being destroyed.
The
and
flames.
Like, the bit of castle that seems to be physically in front of us, like alters and starts breaking, and like its form changes.
No. This is when they destroyed Alexandria. And now it's going.
What you talk about? I not see anything.
And so apparently, like, you know, we just saw the Invincible blow up Alexandria and a big fireball and all that, but Kina didn't see it.
Of course you can't see anything. You weren't with us at the time, so it's not in your memory.
And Zidane immediately knows that the reason for this is because they weren't there, Kina, so they don't have the memory, so they're like missing the data for the movie to play.
Right. So only we're seeing this part.
Yeah, Dagger, Aiko, and Zidane could all see that. It's a strange place.
Maybe the dialogue would be different if our party were different.
It might be. It just shows you whatever you bring to it, you know?
What's the point of wasting time explaining this concept to us? In his bid to defy me, Kuja tried to acquire Alexander. An incident 10 years ago started everything.
So Garland tells us that Kuja's like master plan was to acquire Alexandria. Like that's why he, I guess, started dealing with the queen and giving her black mages 10 years ago. An incident started it all.
That's got to be when Kuja started influencing Queen Brane.
I think so.
10 years before Dagger's 16th birthday.
I do not have a clear picture of the timeline in my head, including like when was Zidane lost from Terra.
I found the angel flute.
Okay, so that's another ultimate weapon down.
Tent.
Yeah, the angel flute. That's Aiko's.
Save the game.
Save the game, save the cheerleader.
Why are the save points secret?
Save the game, save the world.
Save the game, save the world. Did I miss anything else?
I don't think so. I think we've still got the rune claws for Amaranda Head and the Zeus thing. Both of which have very distinct backgrounds that I should be able to immediately recognize.
Funky staircase.
Funky staircase.
Not you again. Well, unluckily for you, I built my entire party around fighting you, so...
Look at those flying things. It's like a flying book and a flying bottle of something. The guide says that memories and regrets continue to haunt those who experienced them.
Nah, that doesn't sound right.
Oh yeah.
Is Haley outside?
What the fuck? Did I leave a door open?
Yes, I had left a door open. She'd made it outside.
And we walk up another spiral staircase this time that has a bunch of stuff floating around it, like the stuff from a mansion or something. And at the top, we're outside and it's raining.
In addition to that, for some reason, I decide to go outside and fly the drone around one more time in the middle of this story sequence.
Yeah, unannounced and for no reason. You got up to go look for Haley.
And now I have the drone out?
Yeah, I'm just catching this.
The hell?
What are you... Why?
I don't know.
A storm. Defense Phantom, the most infamous card master.
While you and Haley frolic outside, I run into another invisible card player, the Defense Phantom this time.
At some point in crashing the drone, I accidentally fixed the camera control, like by crashing it. So I think I'm trying to get the shot I've been wanting to get the entire time, going from backyard all the way into the living room. So that's happening right now.
Okay.
Come on, Haley. Haley, come here. Haley, go. Go, go, no. Sorry. Fuck. Sorry, man. Okay, I don't even know what to say about this because I almost fucking took your head off, and it looks like I did it intentionally.
Yeah, what I have to say about it is that if I were, showing this to a jury, I would point out the remarkable amount of control you show over this device before flying it to my head at eye level, turning it towards me, and flying it straight at me.
Like... It literally, like, it hovers next to your head. I turn it to look at you, and then I think what I tried to do was raise it up. Like, I wanted to do
that makes sense.
but instead I pressed forward, so it turns and just goes right towards your eyeballs.
I ducked, though. I have amazing reflexes.
You did Matrix this
I'm in
thing.
fantastic shape.
Sorry.
I won.
Really sorry about that.
That's okay. That's just the risk of this job.
I hope I didn't. Yeah, that's the. You got a ribbon. Nice.
I beat the defense phantom. He was like, he won't beat me easily, and I just fucking housed him.
You got the ribbon card.
Yep.
That's an important card.
I mean, I'm gonna fight all of these ghost card players, and I'm gonna beat them all.
Let me see if I got that video, because that second one might have corrupted the battery came out of this thing. This thing could really
It doesn't like
have
to
a
crash,
stronger
huh?
It doesn't like crashing. Sometimes it knocks the battery out of its like reasonably held latch, and I feel like it should be
You should fucking
stronger.
tape that thing on there with some gaffing
Pretty
tape.
good idea.
Yeah, weirdly enough, they don't build the drone assuming you're crashing it.
I think it just has like the cheapest design they could get away with.
The battery barely hooks in.
Yeah,
and
it's not very secure.
It's upsetting that it took this long for one of us to think to tape it into place, because that absolutely would have solved it.
Yeah, we lost most of the footage from the drone because every time it crashed,
The battery
it would corrupt.
popped out.
Yeah.
No, we lost that video, I think.
Oh, that's a shame.
Because, like, I had it, like, turn and look at you so nicely, and then I went to have it go this way and hit the wrong direction,
Oh, man.
and it flew right at you. Which was not my intention. Haley's getting a little too close to it, too.
Are you getting comfortable with it, Haley? Do you want to play with it, too?
I'm not controlling the camera again, for some reason.
Did it break it?
In that last crash, I seem to have rebroken the camera control.
And it never gets fixed again.
I don't know. What happened to the camera?
I mean, since crashing it fixed it, maybe you should just try, like, shoving it? I don't even know.
Well, that's the thing. I wonder if it, like, popped out of some...
Yeah, if there's, like, just like a latch that it pops out of.
This is not looking good.
Guess you have to crash it more. You know?
Yeah, I'll just have to crash it more.
Hey, what are you doing? You shouldn't go anywhere. There's a storm.
So we come up over a bridge that's looking down on like a little dock with a little boat in it in the water, and what looks like a little kid and an older person with hoods on, much like the beginning of the game with Dagger and her
Yeah.
mother, are about to get on a boat. And Zidane sees this and says, "Watch out, you're gonna get washed away with the storm."
Watch out, you're gonna get washed away. Are you an idiot, Zidane?
This has got to be
Well, the thing
Dagger
is,
and her mom
this is
escaping.
it is, and this is Dagger's memory. So how does Zidane see
Yeah,
it
well, 'cause
unless he was
Akina
there?
couldn't- Whoa.
Right.
Dagger, I just saw a little girl on a ship and... Huh? I guess it was my imagination. Yeah, it had to be. What I just saw definitely isn't one of my memories. What's going on? That was my memory. Why was Zidane able to see it? Oh, Zidane is seeing Dagger's memory. Zidane.
Zidane.
Yeah, what's up? You didn't imagine anything. Wait, you saw it too? That means that little girl was you. But why was I able to see something from your memory? Because it's from your memory too. I don't know. Garland, can you hear me? I feared Gaia's Eidolons more than anything. However, I decided to deal with them before they became a major problem.
That's what Garland's saying.
So we asked Garland, like, what's going on with how can Zidane see Dagger's memory, and he's not really responding to us. He's just kind of going on his monologue
With
he's
his
been
story,
doing.
yeah.
Talking about how he was afraid of the Eidolons that lived here, and that's, I guess, why he didn't invade more forcefully or something.
I bet Zidane, like, blew up her original home or something like that. Something dramatic that will not really land. Because they didn't really build it up.
So we move forward, fighting enemies.
Yeah, and we make it to this big marble staircase that's kind of crookedly ascending up into the sky, where there's like a big vortex with the giant red eye of the Invincible looking down.
It looks like the sky above Medain Suri when
Yeah.
it's destroyed, but
Yeah.
there's a stairway leading up to the center of it.
Yeah, I think this has got to be built out of Dagger's memories still.
What is that thing? That eye. It's the same eye I saw on the night of the stolen sea. Zidane, can you hear me?
Dane, what you just saw was from your memory and not Garnet's.
What? I don't remember ever being in a storm at sea.
Still don't understand. You will find out soon enough.
What do you mean? Can other people's memories become a part of my own? Garland!
A tremendous force was summoned to Gaia during the Age of War.
However, the Gaians were not ready to harness so great a power. They were terrified and broke the jewel into 4 pieces, and then prayed never to see it again.
The jewel that was broken into 4 pieces. Do you remember that Queen Brane was on the search for 4 major
This has got to be
crystals?
that, like, a giant Eidolon crystal came during a time of war, I guess, and the Gaians were like, this
not
is too
ready
powerful.
for it, so they broke it into 4,
yeah,
which
and
are
those
like
are,
those
like,
4 main summons.
I think
they
that
were
for the beginning
chasing.
part of the game, we were, like, hunting those down as she was trying to get them.
Amaranth's here. Got the rune claws.
Was I supposed to get Vivi's?
Vivi's is next, I think.
Just got Amaranth's final weapon
Yeah, so I run up the stairs towards the eye.
and get into another fight.
Oh, the next Chaos Demon. It's Tiamat. Tiamat's back.
Hell yeah.
So we're fighting a Tiamat. It's a giant green dragon with 3 heads. It's kind of built like a bodybuilder. Like it has a buff body with 3 just kind of limp, long-necked lizard heads hanging off of the top.
Is Tiamat in all of them, or...
I think so. I mean, it's one of the...
'cause I remember from the first one of the 4 fiends.
Yeah, because it's also one of the original, like, D&D
Right.
god dragons. So they were always drawing from that.
Big
I
moment.
don't know if it's in all of them, but I would not be surprised.
Haley, are you excited to see Tiamat? Your old buddy?
What the hell was that?
Holy fuck.
Tiamat just did a move that killed 3 of your 4 characters.
Yeah, I still don't really understand what just happened, but 3 people just went down to 0.
You want to know some battle tactics for Tiamat?
Sure.
Have Vivi cast Meteor.
Oh, okay.
Have Steiner perform Shock.
Alright.
Let Dagger act as a medic. It also says let Aiko summon the boosted version of Fenrir.
I love when tips in a guide are like, use your powerful moves and heal when you get hurt, you know? You might not have noticed this by now, but Dagger has healing spells.
Sorry, I almost flew that thing into your head.
Dude, it was gonna happen.
Suppose so.
I'm not even worried about it at all. Oh yeah, Shock is great. Man, this is so cool that the 4 original FF bosses are like sort of secret bosses that happen as random encounters as you go up.
Really cool.
Neat.
Yeah, and it's all while you're talking to Garland.
Oh, it's his memories maybe or something. Maybe that's
It's
like
his memories of Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, something like that.
Diddle-a-doo,
You know.
diddle-a-dee. We should run into 5 bats.
Yeah, I hope so.
That'd be a mind blower.
It's time to go down, Tiamat. Why do they want to cast float on people? Is there something we still just don't understand about float?
Why enemies cast
Like, why
float
would
people?
you ever do that?
Yeah, let's find
the
out.
Point.
I'm so curious. What is the fucking point? Why do enemies cast float?
We walk into the eye, and now we're walking around on these, like, freshly blown up smoking ruins. This has got to be Madain Sari, like, right after the Cataclysm.
Yeah, big stone stairways.
Float levitates the target, making them immune to earth damage.
Yeah, that's I mean, and so many enemies in these games cast float on you.
I don't get it.
Is it instructive? I mean, but that was a boss that did it. I feel like there's some other implication.
The enemies who
being-
use it are Tiamat and Jan as a counterattack. Float is vulnerable to reflect and works with return magic.
Maybe it's just to confuse you. I really... Yeah, I can't think of anything. It makes me feel like there's some hidden implication to float that we don't understand, but it doesn't seem like there is.
Float does not make the target weak to wind, but Tiamat and Jan seem to use it to ready the party for ejection via snort.
They seem to, but like, they snort when you're not floating and it works, too.
Maybe it increases the chance,
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
or maybe they were gonna implement that and then took that out, and
Yeah, that
it
could
just
be.
doesn't. They left in the
The float.
fact that these things do that.
So where we stand is that there is a relation between being floated and being snorted out of battle.
But one that doesn't matter.
Yeah, not necessarily any causal anything going on there.
That's what we've got. If anybody knows,
Unsatisfying.
let us know.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I don't know. 10. Found a secret save point.
You just paused the game to crank it up to 4x.
These fights take a long time in Memoria.
Getting impatient.
Yeah.
In the next room, you find another ghost to play cards with.
It's annoying to me that they didn't even put, like, ghost models in for you to see. Like, they're completely invisible. You only know them because of the exclamation point pops up.
Strong Phantom. I'm the ghost of a warrior card master. Be you
You gonna fuck him up?
I don't know, because I don't really know the rules, but... you know, I've been winning, so...
Well, there you go. I think you got a good deck going, you know?
Yes! Defeated you so hard.
Nice.
But I can't get the fucking Ifrit card.
Oh, that sucks.
I only got this one, whatever. Meteor. I just need to prove my value as a card player, and I think I have.
I've absolutely kicked everyone's ass at cards so far.
Yeah, and we're just making our way around this stone city.
Yeah, we've made it up to the top, and we're kind of walking up into, like, you know, there's heavenly light coming out of the clouds, hitting the stairs, and there's, like, a staircase that ascends up off of the castle into the sky.
Do not fly the drone towards people, animals, or small fine objects. Like,
Where is Vivi's thing?
have you gone down like a ladder
I've done a lot of, I don't know.
to a big platform? I think
huge.
it's pretty late. Oh, this guy. Classic final dungeon enemies all over this place.
Yeah, now we've run into the floating eye that has the two big wings.
Yeah.
Cast death, usually.
Can't remember what it's called ever. A veteran.
Yeah,
That's right,
that's
the
right.
veteran.
He just owned himself.
What an idiot.
He cast death on himself.
What a fucking idiot.
Well, it's like a roulette thing, you know?
Well, that's a terrible way to live.
What is this?
What the fuck is that?
We ascend the staircase to the heavenly light, and now we're on a bridge that turns gravity sideways as
Yeah.
it makes its way towards the next castle.
We've left the Newtonian area of Memoria. This castle we're walking up to is pretty sweet, though. It's like
Yeah.
a tesseract of a castle. It's like a Borg cube castle. Like,
There's like spires on all sides.
yeah, like all sides of it are tops of castles.
And in the sky, there are two giant orbs, one blue, one red,
Yeah.
and they're colliding.
we're like in space. This is like a celestial background.
Is that a cell undergoing mitosis? Or the opposite?
Yeah, it's Terra and Gaia, you know?
Merging together?
Two worlds smashing together.
That makes more sense.
Two moons colliding? No, they look more like planets.
Well, see, they have two moons behind them.
Yeah, they each have their own moon. Like any self-respecting planet.
Why does this look so familiar?
That's a picture of Gaia being assimilated by Terra. 5,000 years ago, Terra, already an old planet, sought to assimilate Gaia. Terra needed to merge with a younger planet to survive. However, there was already life on Gaia, so the story began. Oh yeah, I saw this in Olive Oil Vert.
Mm-hmm.
So Zidane is seeing this because he saw a representation of this one time,
Yeah,
and he's able to see this memory.
Luckily for Garland, yeah, he's seen this before, so he can be shown this. It's not a great place to show people stuff they don't know about.
Life on Terra was coming to an end. We had no choice but to proceed with the fusion, which tragically destroyed Terra's native civilizations.
That is tragic.
Terra was too old to assimilate everything.
I didn't really get this before, but it's like a colonizer. It was obvious before, but it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that's the
but
whole
I didn't
thing, is like
understand
this-
that, like, in the process of doing this, everyone on Terra was, like, destroyed. Life on Terra was coming to an end. We had no choice but to proceed with the fusion. Which,
Right.
Like, they didn't
which
want
tragically
to do
destroyed Terra's native civilization.
This implies they had, like, huge, you know, the UN was having arguments about whether or not they should assimilate Gaia to
Right.
continue life, and they were like, if we do it, it'll end everything, and then someone hit a button, and
and
Garland
they went
was
ahead
created.
with
and
creating.
they downloaded
this
whoever they
situation.
could into pods, and everyone else was just, you know, shoved off.
Thus I created the Aoife tree to regulate the flow of souls back to Terra. You know, none of this matters
Garland
to me
did that?
at all, Garland. I don't care.
He created the Aoife tree.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Battle screen is cool here. We're out in space on a curvy bridge.
Yeah, the background is awesome.
heading to this Borg castle.
So I found the next official save point.
Great.
And in this room.
This is beautiful. There's a big man-made waterfall flowing through giant stone pillars.
Yeah, we're in some sort of fantasy aqueduct.
What the hell are these heads?
They
With
look
like feathers all over
They
them?
look like heads wearing
Headdresses?
like feathered headdresses, like big stone heads on top of the columns on either side of the waterfall.
This waterfall looks like you'll be walking through it,
It does. It's one of those inviting waterfalls.
that every video game has.
I think you keep moving forward, man. It's gonna be a hell of a trek out of here.
Seriously. Well, you know, just like the northern crater, like the idea of walking all the way back out of that is so weird. You know, I guess that's why Ozma is so secret. Wow, we in ocean now, fish everywhere.
The next room is all flooded.
Yeah, it looks like we're like on the bottom of the ocean floor, and Kina is actually floating and swimming. I think this might be their memory from their lost adventure when they were in the water for a long time.
When they saw the shiny
they
and jumped, and then the guy was like,
and then
suicide,
later they
eh?
got fished out of the water.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yum, yum. What are you doing? Swimming after fish. Zidane, you help catch fish too.
Oh, could we catch fish?
I don't think so. Oh, what is this? Hard to breathe now. Oh, can't breathe. That's because you think we're inside an ocean.
Think your way out of this problem.
I can breathe fine. We not in ocean?
Upon thinking we're not in the ocean, Kina falls to the ground.
Yeah, and can breathe again, realizing they're not actually in the ocean. I guess Zidane isn't seeing all of this that we're seeing.
Couldn't Kina breathe in water earlier, or at least like...
No, she was like, I might die if I go in the river, but I'm hungry.
Right, you right. I breathe okay now. Because you realized you're not in the ocean?
Because it's just a memory, you know?
Right.
Fish all gone, I sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
So I find another secret exclamation point in this room.
Like among the coral of the underwater life.
And a mysterious voice says, "Who dares disturb my sleep?"
Who dares disturb my sleep? Leave at once or you will die.
Don't leave.
Hades.
Is this Hades?
Has to be.
Hades? Oh shit,
I think
man.
we might get our shit kicked in.
Yeah,
here.
did you just save?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
The screen goes to all black.
Yep.
And Hades is a kind of lich sitting on a horrible throne in the middle of a nothing space.
This is the secret boss we came here to find before Ozma.
It's like having a boss fight on Charlie Rose.
Oh, nice throne. Cool sword. You should steal from him.
Jesus, okay. Shock is insanely good. It also costs a lot of magic.
Well, we got plenty of ethers and elixirs.
We really do.
We're drowning in elixirs.
We're not drowning in ethers. We
Start
only
using
have like...
elixirs.
Yeah, I will in serious fights, but...
Yeah. Well, this is Hades.
Yeah, I know. I'll use them. I'm
It's a
just
serious
saying.
fight.
I was just, you know...
Yeah.
Dude. Being hasted really helps mitigate being frozen and stopped.
Auto
You
haste
un-
feels
you un-
very powerful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You're doing really well.
Yeah, my memory is that we absolutely kick his ass.
Nice. This looks tough but doable.
I'm
Unless
hanging
he
on.
starts hitting you with some really fucked up shit.
I think I just did it.
Dude, Ozma is fucked. We're gonna put on all our shadow gear.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna fucking house that.
Hades is dead,
And after you beat him, he becomes a store.
which is awesome.
Yeah, like the last synth shop in the game, I think.
That just leaves Ozma as far as super bosses. We did the other two.
I commend you for overcoming me. I shall reward you for your impressive feat. Bring 2 pumice pieces here, and I will synthesize them for you. The end product is something only I can create. We do want those, but, you know, maybe we can buy them.
Asking for 2 pumice pieces.
He can make special stuff no one
I think
else
he
can.
makes a whole pumice, which Dagger can use to learn something.
That makes perfect sense, you know?
Let me see where we can get pumice pieces. We're gonna have to do this no matter what, because this teaches Dagger the ultimate eidolon, the whole pumice. They drop from the boss in Oilvert. Another one is found on the outer island, Chocograph treasure.
Okay, so we can't get more of them.
Able to be picked up after progressing Chocobo Hot and Cold. Pumice pieces also stolen from Ozma and synthesized at Hades' shop.
We don't have to do just the pumice. He does all kinds of stuff. And he can make more. Oh, but it takes the hammer.
Not only can Hades synthesize a full pumice out of 2 pumice pieces, he can also make pumice pieces out of pumice and a hammer. But we've heard that the hammer might give you a secret cutscene, so we want to hold on to that.
It takes the hammer to make a pumice piece, right?
It also takes the hammer to make the ultimate armor for him.
The tin armor, yeah. And then also if we keep the hammer in our inventory, we'll get a cutscene at the end.
Yeah. Which
I'm leaning towards doing that. And I mean, I think we know what the cutscene's gonna be. It's like, oh, Cinna, we were looking for your hammer, weren't you?
This isn't for anybody?
Save the queen.
Yeah.
That's the sword that Beatrix has, I think. I think that's like Beatrix's sword.
One of the things that you can synthesize here is Beatrix's sword.
Yeah, Save the Queen, it's called. And it's really strange because I'm pretty sure no one can even use it. It's like you can just make this for
fun.
For feather and cap reasons.
For feather and cap.
What would we use it for? Is it for Amaranth to throw? Like, is that why you would want it?
Maybe. Player can get it in the inventory in the endgame via synthesis, but no one in the party can equip it. It's included as an Easter egg.
Great. I kind of think we should fight Ozma before we turn in our pumice pieces.
Unless we want to use the ultimate summon
But the main strategy is using pumice pieces to absorb shadow magic, right?
But we also have like demon mail and other stuff that does it.
Not that she can wear.
That's the thing. Yeah, you may be right. Maybe
I don't think we should blow these up right now.
No, we shouldn't do it right now. But when are we gonna learn the ultimate idol? I guess what we'll do is, because you can use it before learning it, right?
Yeah,
as long as it's on. We'll stop here and get the pumice, and when we're actually going to the final thing and put it on Dagger, and we'll summon the last idol on.
So our plan is to do that on the other end of Ozma.
Yeah, well, I'm worried that we'll like not have enough shadow absorbing material to beat Ozma if we like.
And I just want to see that final summon.
I think we probably could have gotten it and been fine.
I think so too.
But
I think we just got to get Vivi's final weapon, and then we're going to be able to turn around
and walk all the
Ozma.
way out and go, and then fight Ozma.
But right now, we should go ahead a little bit further and get Vivi's thing.
Look up Ozma's strategies. Like, see if we're right about this shadow thing, or...
I mean, I got that from a strip.
Oh, okay.
We continue forward in the dungeon and find ourselves on another stone stairway above water.
Yeah, it's like this one's been flooded or something. And then Zidane says something that I don't know where he got this information from or what it's supposed to imply, but let's just hear it.
Let's hear it.
So, Gaia used to be just one big ocean. How do you know? I don't know.
I don't know.
For some reason, it's in my memory. I wasn't even born at the time. It doesn't make any sense. And I was born on Terra, not Gaia, so how can it be in my memory? It's in my memory, too. Gaia used to be covered in water. It's because you're made up of soul shit from Gaia.
You're made up of soul shit. As Carl Sagan once said.
We're all made of star shit.
And we are a way for the Gaia to know itself.
I'm feeling as well. Maybe that means all existence can be traced back to a single source. I don't understand.
I guess this is like the collective memory we all share of coming from the water.
The memory of the ancients? Like the memory of our DNA?
Yeah, like we used to be fish. How crazy is that? I don't know.
One thing that must be understood is the unique way in which the ATB system works for Ozma. Ozma's ATB...
Whoa! Kraken.
Kraken!
You're fighting another fiend.
And I guess this must be the one that Dagger and Aiko fought that we didn't see at all.
The Kraken.
The Kraken. It's like a fish man. Big fish man.
Yep.
With tentacles for legs.
And golden armor?
Yeah, he's got some gold-plated armor and a sheet of plate mail that hangs between his legs to protect his fish dong.
Look at this guy.
These all look sick. These are all such good designs.
Yeah, this is
old.
good. He's got like fat leg tentacles. Gross.
While you're fighting the Kraken, I continue reading strategies for Ozma.
Ozma's ATB will fill up whenever you select a command unless the commands are selected during one of Ozma's attack animations. His attacks will also take priority, meaning he will get a ton of attacks off compared to your party. Ozma can use Holy, which can be devastating, but he will not use it against characters who absorb Holy damage. He will, however, waste a turn casting Holy against characters who are simply immune to Holy damage.
In the fight against Kraken, Steiner just went trance.
So equip Chimera armlets to achieve Holy immunity.
Okay, so yeah, we need to not get rid of any shit. We need
Yeah, not yet. We only need to get Vivi's thing. You can and should nullify Confuse, Poison, Slow, Mini, and Darkness.
We may need to level a bit just to get more abilities.
Yeah,
slots.
I think you need Auto Reflect as well to nullify Berserk. But he won't use status attacks if there's no chance of them working, so maybe forego Poison Protection or Darkness Protection on your mages to entice him into using those moves instead of his more dangerous attacks.
That's fun. Okay. I think this is the first boss we fought that's like smart, that will like change based on what your abilities are.
As far as we know.
That I can think of. Why doesn't Dagger ever get to go? What the fuck is going on here? Like, I put in...
Wait, Zidane's thievery gets stronger every time he successfully steals?
Well, I wish I had known that. We should have looked that up.
Because that's one way to get guaranteed max damage attacks. And then, yeah, Kina's frog drop if you keep catching frogs. Freya's Dragon Crest gets stronger with every dragon kill.
There is so much shit we didn't even know. That's
how it always is.
Yeah, I know, but that's
pretty wild.
Alright, I put in Kiraga like forever ago. Can you please cast it? Like what?
Yeah.
Like why didn't you cast it? I'm putting in other commands and people are going. I'm just like,
I don't know.
There is something with the animations in
Oh,
this
you got
game
'em.
where you
You got
will
'em.
miss turns.
I know.
That was insane. Dagger's turns somehow got so lost in the order that
She never even went.
No, like I put in a Kiraga like 3 turns before, and she put off an attack like before the end of the fight, and her last move was an attack that I had put in even before the Kiraga. The Kiraga never even came. Anyway, there's something seriously wrong with the fight.
Doesn't feel
the
right
battle
at that
system
point.
sometimes.
Oh yeah, Freya can use jump to potentially avoid Ozma's devastating attacks. And also, Ozma is level 99, which means that Kina is level 3 defenseless, which works on a multiple of 3, will work against him.
Wow, okay.
And then preparing for Doomsday is important. It deals shadow damage.
All this information is going to be important next week.
Yeah.
So keep it in your heads.
Equip the Demon's Mails, the Egoist's Armlets, the Ninja Gear, the Pumice Pieces. Because I think we'll be able to buy some Ninja Gear if we need from like, one of the stores. And yeah, if the whole party is immune to shadow damage, use VV to use Doomsday offensively. And at the end of the day, be prepared to reset the game if things don't go your way.
You start moving forward further into the castle. You're now on like a floating structure of half a giant clock.
Yeah, it's like a top of a clock tower that's been broken off.
The second hand on the clock is like freaking out. It's staying in the same spot, kind of jiggling.
One of Ozma's main methods of attack is Meteor. Another card man. And the ghost of the Cardmaster Empress.
I'm challenging you.
It's too bad. These should be the ghosts of the card club from FFA. Ding ding ding.
Ring a ding ding. Ding. Ding.
It's too bad Frank Sinatra isn't around anymore. You can't sing
You can't sing Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy
Ghosts.
songs. Yeah.
These card players are not very smart.
Dude.
I'm completely kicking these people's asses. They have a lot of rare cards. What do we want? Do we want this one?
Yeah, why not? Boko.
We just got the card for Boko, the old chocobo from the early games. It's even pixelated and stuff. And this is a perfect opportunity to mention that Bobby Corwin is long for Boko.
Yep, that's a thing we've learned. It's a not so fun fact. I don't like this fact.
I feel like we gotta be getting close to the VV thing.
Jeez, that's
Like
one
that was
big
square.
fireball.
Could it be a moon? Could it be a moon?
We walk into a room that's sort of like a big, just circular platform in the air that's looking out into a void where there's like a molten sphere, just a ball of fiery planet.
And we're told this is the birth of Gaia.
And there's a big ladder going up from this platform into the sky.
Yeah.
This is the birth of Gaia. That's Gaia.
Over 5,000 years ago. It was
Over
longer than that.
5,000 years
A
ago.
fucking lot longer than that, my friend.
I mean, this is a different place. It could have been
I
only
guess.
7,000 years ago.
What's above that ladder? What's above the
See
ladder?
for yourself.
Where does that ladder go?
Terra reached the peak of its prosperity at this time.
It goes up.
People believed that their future was secure. Ultimately, that very hubris led to Terra's demise. Thus, I was created to deal with our plights.
Okay.
This really is mostly just information we already got when we went to Terra, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's just more... I don't see how it's important that, like, Gaia was a molten ball when Terra was at the height of its prosperity.
Well, and
Like, I don't see why that matters.
that was why he was created,
Yeah,
Garland.
no, we knew this, yeah.
Where to now in this memory land? Yeah, this is where it is. There.
We've got Vivi's ultimate weapon.
Yeah, up at the top of the ladder from the previous room, the ultimate weapon is there, and things are starting to look really serious, and it's feeling like it's all about to come to a head.
There's one more ladder.
Should we turn around and run? Like, should we go and out of here from here? Or do we, like, go forward a little and save and then go?
We just saved. You know, I mean,
Why don't we, head back?
let's see what's at the top of this ladder.
At the top of the ladder is a very serious-looking doorway, so we turn around.
Yeah, let's go back. We might as well. I mean,
We got what we came for.
save as much of the, like, ending story beats for the actual run out as we can.
Exactly.
The funny thing is, I think there's a teleporter that will take you back to the world map at the end of this dungeon.
If we had kept going a little bit, yeah.
But instead, we're gonna run out.
Save again.
I think there was going to be a boss fight there, and then it's probably the real point of no return. But I think we should go back. You know, we'll run through this place again. After Ozma's dead.
And that's where we're gonna end episode 63.
Metagaming really sucks the joy out of everything. I don't think I would do it this way again, because as I'm going over it, I'm like, we're actually not even paying attention to stuff happening in
Right.
this dungeon because we don't care,
'Cause
because
it's like-
we're not in our minds.
Well, we gotta
this
go
isn't-
get the... Where's the screen
Yeah,
that has Vivi's
it's like
thing?
all we care about is like making sure we don't miss the items, you know?
Yeah, that's why I always think I should with From Software games, because there's so many ways to lock yourself out of huge parts of those games if you
Yeah,
don't know what
but
you're
it's
doing.
like-
But I would much rather just have the loss.
Yeah, I'd rather have the organic experience, I think. I mean, I get why we did it here, but now that we've done it both ways...
And I respect somebody using a guide. Like, it's also
yeah, sure,
a
sure.
perfectly valid
I'm
way
more
to do
commenting on our lack of attention that
Yeah.
we're paying to this important part of the game.
it. Well, it's also info we already got.
Well,
it's just
and
being
it's-
presented differently.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's mostly info we already got, and the new info we're getting feels like oddly specific
Yeah.
in ways that aren't important. Like, who gives a shit that Gaia was a molten ball when Terra was the height of the civilization?
And then after that, it was all ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Before
how is that
there were continents.
anything? Like, why are they putting such a point on that stuff?
But they were too young, or Terra
This
was
is-
too old, or
Well, this
and
is
the
why
merging.
I need Sakaguchi to write his New Age book so I
Yeah.
can know why it's important that we all started in the water, Jeff. Because they comment on it. It does. I don't
Maybe
know why.
if we finish Fantasian Part 2, we'll understand.
Maybe.
Maybe that's his book.
Maybe.
Because I feel like we're reading Sakaguchi's book about New Age.
No, you don't understand. I want to not. I want
No,
to
I
just
get it.
laid out.
You want a
I
philosophy.
don't want to to guess anymore. Anyway, but that's it. We're almost done with this game. We're getting
gonna go
very
fight
near
Ozma
to the
next
end.
week,
We're gonna
and
fight
then
Ozma.
after that, we're going to go do the finale. It's funny that we've only done 3 of the 4 fiends right now.
Yeah,
We
I mean,
turned
we're-
around before the 4th fiend.
Well, that's what I mean. It's such an unsatisfying way to play the game. Like, to go partway through the final dungeon and then
Yep.
peace out. So I guess I apologize for that, audience, but that's how we've done it.
We fight Ozma, and Spencer Crittenden returns.
Oh, yeah.
He shows back up to hang out with us while we fight Ozma. And then after that, it's the end of the game.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're getting there.
We're really
It's approaching.
I think this is the longest season we've ever done.
Yeah?
Well, unless you count season 6B, let me go. How do you find our show?
I don't know.
Season 4 was 47, season 6 was 43, plus I think another 16. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
this
that's
is-
like 59 total.
Yeah.
So we are in unprecedented territory.
This is long.
This was episode 63.
Sorry
There's
for
two
going
more.
long, everybody. It
I've
will
been
be
having a great time.
It will be bedtime soon. I was thinking, this is popular these days. We really should do a 10-hour supercut of chewing sounds to sleep to.
Oh
Since
yeah.
I'm sure people just put it on to sleep.
Who's chewing what to
like
sleep to?
The number of shows I listen to that I then went and see oh, they have a playlist that you're meant to just
Not pay
you
attention to.
Just please put this on and sleep. Which is hilarious instructions in an ad-driven
We should do
universe. When you're don't watch this, just leave it on, let the ads play, just let it run
We
all
need
day
that.
and all night. I mean,
All
it's
right.
not a bad business model.
We might provide that in between seasons. We're gonna think about it. Keep an eye out. It's a reason to keep tuned.
Stay tuned, but don't sleep.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Let the ads run. Oh, but before we go, let's check in with the dognet and see if there are any messages for us. God, she's so fast now.
Yeah.
Let's play the flute anyway. Thank you so much for this
She
message.
just jumped right up. I mean,
Thank you so much. I mean, she now knows the routine, so she actually, I think, understands when I say, let's check in with the dognet. She
Yeah,
actually
she
is
immediately
oh,
knows
yeah,
that
I
treat
gotta
is
come over. It's
coming.
treat time. These are the Clucky Soft Bakes chicken recipe with sweet potato.
that sounds like a whole dinner, honestly.
Made with sweet potato for your little sweet potato.
Clucky soft bakes with sweet potato? I mean,
How do you like it?
I would get that at Chick-fil-A.
Good girl. The message comes to us from PJ, and it reads, Hiya, my name is PJ, and I wanted to give a big shout out to my friend Robbie, who has recently become engaged to Lisa. Robbie and I met a long time ago as young Moogles in Mog School, and we quickly became friends over our interest in Final Fantasy. We both agreed that Final Fantasy IX was the pinnacle of the series, whether it was dipping our toes into some of the philosophical quandaries presented by the colorful characters, or teaching each other how to play the soundtrack on the piano. The game has served as one of the cornerstones of our friendship, Kupo. Robbie has consistently given me a wise word worthy of the scholars of Alexandria. Last year, when he told me about No Cat, I knew he was onto something good. The show has given us a chance to relive our memories, and so upon hearing the happy news of his forthcoming nuptials to Lisa, it seemed entirely appropriate to mark it with a special Mognet letter, Kupopo. Lisa is a magnificent Moogle, witty, entrepreneurial, as well-traveled as Stiltskin himself. She is a rare treasure with the most elegant pom-pom, and it brings me joy to know that these two great Moogles will soon share a Kupo nut under the gaze of Lord Gizamalook or in the far-off land of Kondapiti. Kupo! So please, fellow Moogles, join me in wishing these two a beautiful future together. Kupo Repo.
Wow. Well, congratulations to the happy couple.
Yes, congratulations, Lisa and Robbie.
I formally wish you a beautiful future together.
Off to Kondapiti with you now
Yes.
to be
ye.
on the Kirk boat.
You got to get you to the Kirk boat. I can't remember how they
Get
talk.
ye to you Kirk boat.
They had a very thick accent.
Yes.
But yeah, get to the Kirk boat. Post haste.
Congratulations.
And yeah, Final Fantasy IX is a good one. You could definitely base a friendship on that. Thanks so much for the letter. That's a great one.
Yeah, thank you, PJ. If you're interested in a Mognet message, next season would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody who's gotten one. We really appreciate
Yeah, thanks so much for being a part of the season.
all of your messages.
Yeah. And adding to the totality, that is, no one can know about this. The show wouldn't be the same if you had not written in. So, let that serve as inspiration to all of you to write in for next season. Thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. You've gotten us through another season almost. Look
Thank
at
you.
this. Look
Look
at
at-
you.
look
Oh
at
my
what we've
God.
done.
We're all champions today.
What a team.
And next week we're going to beat Ozma. But if you would like to join the ranks of the Patreon, head on over to patreon.com/nocat. And for $5 a month, you unlock all of the bonus content, which as the season ends is going to be more useful to you than ever.
Yeah, that's when you can go get into our FF7 Rebirth playthrough, which
is airing right now.
is continuing to air and will air after the season. And our Oblivion playthrough, which is going to be a really
Oblivion,
fun.
That's super fun game, and we were going to dig a little bit into my love of Bethesda games there.
So that's good bonus stuff to keep you going.
Yeah. So check out the Patreon. Thank you so much for being listeners. Thank you for being patrons. Thanks for keeping the show going all these years.
We really appreciate it.
And that's it. That's all, folks.
Ensure Season 8 today by signing up and telling your friends.
Tell your friends, please. Rate and review us. All that.
We appreciate it. We now need a dessert.
Oh my god, you know what you gotta do? You gotta go get the peach Sour Patch candies. And you gotta get a whole thing of cut up watermelon. You gotta eat them both at the same time.
So it's fresh watermelon.
Yeah, whatever the sour stuff on the candy is, I'm sure you could use any sour candy. The water in the watermelon melts it. And it just is crazy. Like you will be drooling all over yourself. Your saliva glands are gonna be out of control.
That's what's for dessert.
That's what's for dessert.
Enjoy. I gotta find out what's the deal.
What's the deal with the birds and the bees, you know?
The talk, also known as the birds and the bees, is an American colloquial expression referring to
it's
the
not okay. I was
rite of
wrong about the
passage.
British. Okay.
Yeah, it's American.
All right.
It's a metaphorical story sometimes told to children in an attempt to explain the mechanics and results of
There's an
sexual
actual
intercourse.
story?
The bees carry and deposit pollen into flowers, a visible and easy to explain parallel to fertilization. Female birds laying eggs is similar.
Oh, you use both birds and bees as separate metaphors to explain.
I thought the bee stung the bird.
I was like,
And there was some
you just
combination
you
of them.
begin by being
You're
like,
like,
well,
bees
sex is kind of like
drop
when a
the
bee
pollen. Yeah.
crawls
and then
inside of a flower.
Much later, a bird lays an egg.
These two actions have nothing to do with one another, and yet they're inextricably intertwined. Do you understand yet?
I think I get it.
Do
now.
you understand, young one? Like kids understand like botany more than they could. Surely you have a clear understanding of how pollination works, child. And
Like,
eggs
it's
are no
just-
mystery to one such as yourself.
Like what? Yeah.
Pester me no more. And never use the word sex around me ever again.